So today we're at Appreciating Classics, and today we're going to look around some of the cars that you've got for sale or you've just sold, and there's some real special stuff. And Richard, what is Appreciating Classics?
It's always hard to put that into a short sentence, to be fair. And basically, we're really high quality collector type vehicles, cars and bikes. Yeah, basically low mileage collectible type cars, and we also do restorations and servicing as well next to that.
Yeah, so if you want a real special car, this is the website to head to. And today we're going to look around some of the cars that you've got for sale or you've just sold, and there's some real special stuff. So let's start with this one. So this is a R34 GTR V-Spec 2?
Yeah, that's right, yeah. V-Spec 2, 11,000 miles.
Right.
And it was completely original, untouched. Very special car, and now it's this sort of, it's plastered in Nismo everything, inside, underneath, in the engine bay, everywhere. Yeah,
and I was just saying, like, it sort of bucks the trend where a lot of people are buying these cars, modified, and then putting them back to stock. But this guy has done the opposite, bought a stock one, and then you've just gone Gucci on the parts, all the Nismo bits.
Basically. It's a good way of putting it, actually, is Gucci on the parts. So, yeah, he wanted to find the best example he possibly could, and then turn that into the R34 that he's always wanted. Yeah. And this is what we've done. And
off camera, you were talking about, you can see like the weave of the carbon through the paint, and so that's how you can tell a genuine one.
Yeah, so I'm glad you mentioned it. A lot of people look at this weave on the bonnet and they kind of go, oh, that's been really badly painted. But that's actually original paint, and you can still see the weave. Yeah. You know when they've been painted because you can't really see the weave because the paint's a bit thicker. Right. But this is how it should be. Yeah.
And then the power on this car is quite modest, isn't it, for one of these? But again, as you say, drivable. So what's been done underneath?
Okay, well, it's a long list, so it'd make a long video, but I'll keep it brief. Basically, it's Nismo everything. So, you know, it's the inlet manifold, it's the full exhaust system, it's the intercooler kit, it's all the pipe work, it's the airbox, you know, all the bits that we can sort of bolt on Nismo. Customer didn't want the engine opening up, and like you say, for drivability, because it will get driven and it won't be out, you know, doing races and things like that, we went Civex, and I think it was either 400 or 410 at the wheel, so nice modest power, but really usable.
I mean, 400 horsepower is still a lot of power.
Yeah,
it's just people today go mad, don't they, with their things. The wheels, so you've got Nismo wheels on there again?
Yeah, Nismo 19-inch, and then obviously once you fit 19-inch wheels, the original brakes look tiny. Yeah. So we've got the endless Midori brake kit front and rear. Wow. It's just kind of the best of the best everywhere on this one.
Yeah, and it genuinely looks brand new, like it came out of the factory. It's just flawless. So, but you can't buy this one now because it's sold.
It is sold. It's actually leaving us at the end of this week. It's been here quite a while. We've been sourcing these parts, and all this carbon Z-tune front end we're painted, but we left exposed carbon areas, and the Amori logo on the side, we left that exposed as well, just to show that it is genuine carbon.
Okay, and now you've got some even more cool stuff that way, haven't you?
Yeah.
So let's go and have a look. Whoa, some more Japanese unicorns.
Yeah, some bits and bobs.
We'll get to this one in a minute because that's got quite a cool owner story. But obviously this is a very fast car. Yeah. And I know a little bit about it. Know a little bit. I know there's not the original Evo engine in that. You've got something else.
So. Yeah. So this is an Evo 8, but it's got a VR38 DET engine. Basically, the owner had this bonkers idea that, like we all do really, and he actually went ahead and did it. So kudos to him.
And for those who don't know what an engine code is, that's basically an R35 GTR engine.
Yeah, sorry, it is.
And it's not a stock R35 GTR engine, is it?
No, not at all. It's fully rebuilt, it's stroked, everything has been done basically. It's just absolutely insane spec. And that is on its lowest boost setting. So boost setting 1 of 10 is 660 at the wheels. Right. And boost setting 10 of 10 is 1062 at the wheels. So
at the wheels.
Yeah, so 1200, 1250-ish at the fly.
And it's got, by the looks of it, a sequential box in it as well.
Yeah,
by looking at the steering wheel.
Yes, yeah, it's got a sequential box. Obviously, it weighs pretty much bugger all. Lots of carbon, fully stripped out. So yeah, like 1,000 horsepower R35 is a fast car, and they weigh nearly 2 tons. So yeah, this is probably almost sort of a 1-to-1 power to weight, roughly.
Wow. And so how long have you had this one? Because you've actually done quite a lot of recommissioning work on it, haven't you? Yeah,
we've kind of done bits and bobs. So the owner got in touch and said we've worked with him on a couple of his projects, and when he's come to sell them, they've ended up here. And that's the case with this. It will be going up for sale. And he got in touch and said, Rich, would you sell this? And it turned up, and we just sort of said, okay, well, we want to get this, and this to the level where we would want it to be. And that's what we've done. I suppose it was probably sort of 95% there.
Right.
And we've sort of done the other 5%.
And you've actually driven this on the road, haven't you?
Yeah, I've driven it quite a bit. Yeah, we've done some promo stuff with it. And we also obviously had to do some test miles in it because it's not really done all that much since being built. It was tested on the road by Garrett APT when he did a lot of work to it. But obviously, if we're selling something, we want to know it's right and reliable. It's absolutely awesome.
So if I'm watching this now and I want to buy this sort of car, what kind of money do you reckon we're looking at?
It's a difficult one, that. I think we're in agreement on what it's going to go up for.
But you're not really...
But yeah, we'll put that on the advert when we put the advert on the website.
So keep an eye on the keep an eye on the website, and then...
I know what it's cost to build, and it is a huge amount of money. So it's going to be less than that, I can tell you that, yeah. Yeah,
but it's just an amazing thing. I really do like that. Right, I'm going to move to the one behind us, which is opposite in the way of spec because it's completely stock.
Yes, yeah.
So this is a 22B.
Yeah, quite a special 22B, this one.
So who did it belong to?
So that was Colin McRae's personal Impreza 22B, that was.
And you're saying this was a prototype?
Yeah, so there was 3 prototypes, and this is one of them. Colin actually had to pay for his 22B.
Oh, really?
At the time, and there's a video on YouTube where he mentioned that, and he wasn't too happy that he had to pay for it. But when they announced 22Bs, they sold out so quickly that yeah, he sort of said, well, what about me? And they said, well, you can buy this one.
I wonder if you got mates rates.
I don't know. I can't remember, to be honest. But yeah, either way, it wasn't free.
And you've got the old logbook with his name.
Correct. Yeah. It's a very well-known car, and yeah, we've got copies of the previous V5. So yeah, and it's low miles. I think it's 11,000 miles from new.
Wow.
So yeah, it's a special car, that.
So if you want probably the most special 22B in the world, maybe I'd say is probably
potentially
sitting right there. And then you've got one of his arch rivals here, haven't you? Like Tommy Mackinnon.
Yeah, Tommy Mackinnon up there. Yeah.
And these underneath are just unbelievable. So you've got, what one's this? I can't see.
So this is an Evo 7.
Yeah.
Very low mileage Evo 7. This one's for sale at the minute. That's all original underneath.
Yeah.
And yeah, we've got the Tommy Mackinnon there. That's restored underneath. Yeah.
But I mean, that's probably looks better than factory, to be honest, underneath there.
Yeah.
Or is it factory, or is it?
It's probably not quite factory. Most of the restos that we do to sort of replicate all the primer and all the markings and stuff.
Yeah, so you're not like a car flipper, are you? Like where people buy them and then just sell them next day.
Yeah,
they can take weeks or months or even years.
Exactly.
To get right.
You'll never see. If we put a coming soon post up, you won't then see that car for sale on the website in 3 days. Even a car that doesn't really need any prep, it still goes through the workshop, and we do a load of prep and detailing and cleaning underneath, and so yeah, it can take weeks or sometimes even months before they're for sale. Yeah,
and then you've got another 22B here.
Yes, another 22B there. Yeah.
So you've got a choice of 2 if you want a 22B.
Yes, we've got another one as well, but it's not here in this building at the minute, but we have got another one, which is also really rare because it's a Type UK, and they only made 16 of them.
Wow.
And that's low mileage, so that's coming soon.
And then you've got a Mark 1 MR2.
Yes.
Which brings back memories, because I had one of them when I was younger.
That's 5,000 miles, that one.
5,000 miles on that, and then an XR2 in the corner.
Yeah, so that a one owner XR2 Mark 1 with 26,000 miles.
Wow. You've got a Corvette behind me.
Yes, that's a rare collector edition. Again, low miles, I think it's 23,000 miles, 25,000 miles.
TVR Subaru.
Yeah, so this is a 4.5, this one. These are really rare. These are a really good place to be in terms, if you want an investment.
Right.
Cerberas are doing very well.
Oh, so these are starting to go?
Yes, yeah, and rightly so. They ought to, for good ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've got to make sure you get a good one.
So there's a tip for you if you're in the market to get a car to make some money on, get yourself a Supra.
Yes.
You've got another Subaru Imprezza there.
Yeah, that actually belongs to a customer that turned up tail end of last week. Again, there's quite a lot of prep work to do in that, but it is low miles and it is a good car. We just got to do a bit of prep to that.
And then you've got a classic Mini in the corner.
Yes, that's a sort of race prepared. Is it Appendix K?
Okay.
I think that's what the category is called, but that's a fully race prepped Mini. That's bonkers little thing that is.
And there's something that I really love, isn't a car, it's a free little motorbike.
Yes,
but
yeah.
you were telling me earlier that they were part of a car.
Yeah, they were the little Honda Cities. Basically the idea was they'd be in the boot of the car. So you buy the car with us in the boot, you drive from the outskirts of the city in Japan to the city, and then you get that out of the boot and you go into the city on that. Very Japanese.
Very
Japanese.
Japanese.
But really cool, really
and
cool.
they're the three colours that came in, you said?
Yeah, so yellow, white and red were the three colours.
And are they to be sold separately or together? Or
together, yeah,
right.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they've got to stay together really.
And now you've got some more stuff, haven't you, in another?
Yes, yeah.
So should we head there now as well? So what, showroom number 3? Well, it's not really a showroom, a little bit of a...
Yeah, this is kind of...
prep room.
Yeah, a bit of a prep room, I suppose you could say, yeah.
So we've got Mark IV Supra here.
Yes, yeah.
What are your plans with this?
I'll keep it as brief as I can, but basically we're going to do a really high quality Fast and Furious tribute. It's going to be very close to the film car, but there's going to be certain little elements that may be a bit more modern, if you like.
Yeah. Okay, you can still do all the graphics up the side.
Yeah, so yeah, we've got the graphics from the company who did the original film car, in fact, in America.
Okay.
And yeah, we're going to do a nice amount of power, probably sort of 700-ish, maybe 800. Lots of bits are going to be, well, we've spent so much time sourcing the right bits.
Yeah.
It's a nightmare, but we want to do it right.
Yeah, it must be hard because obviously a load of that stuff won't be made anymore, like the kit and the bonnet and...
Yeah, it's like these wheels, you know, we paid a fortune for these wheels, but to get the stance that we want and everything, so these are the right wheels, but we're sort of changing them up. We've done loads of measurements, calculations, and we're having new lips made, etc., new barrels made to get them the width that we want for the stance that we want.
And the crazy thing about that film is, you know, when they lean over to that Ferrari and say more than you can afford.
Oh, yeah.
It's probably flipped over now.
Oh, 100%.
So yeah, Mark IV Supra twin turbo.
Yes.
It's going to be worth more than a 348. Was it a 348 or
355?
355?
Yeah. I do know someone with a dark 355.
You're going to have to do that.
Like, oh, are we going to have to do the cliche thing, aren't we?
Yeah, but flip it over. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Right, and then over here you've got a few cars, but some of these are sort of you store for your customers.
Yes,
is that right?
yeah. So some of these are stored, and a couple of them are sort of waiting to go into workshop. Such as so that's an R33. I think that's 800 horsepower. That R33,
and that's
quite a big spec.
Midnight purple.
Yeah, midnight purple factory, midnight purple car.
And you've got an R35 down there, an R32.
Yes. Yeah, so...
R34, the whole collection.
Yeah, Mark 1 Focus, Mark 2 Focus, they're RSs, and then Porsche 964.
And then a Mark 5 Evo.
Yes, yeah. So that's a build that we're doing. That's actually one of our personal ones again, and that's sort of big spec, 2.3 stroke, a billet crank, built by APT, the motor is. That was bare shell. We've gone bare shell with that, and that's OEM++.
And that's going to be another one of your personal
Yeah,
cars.
and we'll show it and use it on the road. Probably not on track. We got another car we use for that, but it'll be, yeah. Me and my wife, we're big Evo fans, so.
Yeah, I can tell you've got like a bit of more of a JDM vibe, haven't you? Like
yeah,
I know you do everything. But
yeah, I think we sort of naturally drifted that way because that's probably where my heart is the JDM stuff. So yeah, we have sort of naturally headed that way, and certainly in the workshop as well. We do a lot of JDM work, restorations and stuff like that.
And the R34 above, that's?
Yeah, so that belongs to a customer / very good friend of mine. and that is here. That's waiting to go in the workshop. That's having a full underside restoration. That is, and quite a lot of other bits as well. That'll be a really special car when it's done.
So the workshop, is that on site or?
Yeah. It's literally just around the back.
Well, should we go and have a look in there?
100%.
Okay. So we've just come up from the showroom, and now you come into sort of almost like the working heartbeat of your setup.
100%.
So this is your workshop.
Yes.
Okay. So in this room, what are you doing here? Sort of strip downs and undersides, or?
Yeah, a bit of everything really. So we've got the engine from the Supra down the bottom, which is now being stripped. That's going to be fully rebuilt, and we've got this here. So this is a customer's Evo 7 RS.
Yep.
We're doing some servicing work on that for him.
And then you come to the front and you've got an Escort Cosworth that looks absolutely brand new.
So yeah, this is a very low mileage, big turbo model. It's, like you say, it's a lovely condition. It kind of represents exactly what we're about here, really, this car.
So what have you done to this one? Have you?
This really, well, they had a couple of niggles that we've sorted out on it. A customer had done his own sort of clean underneath. All this floor pan that you see, all the chassis, that's all original, just cleaned.
Right.
But the arms and things are redone.
Yeah.
And there's a small diff issue which we've sorted on that. And it's had all of our usual prep work basically, so we've gone through it sort of top to bottom.
And all your cars are really well detailed, aren't they?
Cheers, I appreciate that. You'll have seen Stuart walking around.
Yeah, I can see,
working away today, yeah.
You must be one of his best customers.
Yeah, right, yeah, I should imagine we are.
I can see another room through here, and it looks like there's another R34 up in there. Should we go through there?
Yeah. Cheers.
So, another R34.
Yes, yeah, this
GTR.
This is a customer's car, and we do a lot of work like this. And like I mentioned, the black one is waiting to come up, and that's waiting for this type of work. So this is basically a full underside sort of refresh, restoration, however you want to refer to it.
So when you take all these parts off like this, then would you do? You say you refurb them most of the time?
Yeah, so most of the parts are refurbished. A lot of the parts you can't get, maybe not so much on these, but other cars we do.
Yeah.
So yeah, you have to become quite self-sufficient in being able to refurbish parts. So yeah, we do vapor blasting, we do zinc plating. We also do dry ice blasting as well. It's a shame there's nothing here for you to see because that's really, really cool to watch. But yeah, this car's been all back to bare metal and then started again. So we replicate all the factory textured areas.
Right.
And
how do you do something like that? Just through research?
Yeah, research, trial and error. Also the colours, you know, a lot of people when they do undersides, they'll just paint it, you know, Bayside blue.
Yeah.
But from factory, it's not all Bayside blue. So they're done in like a primer colour from sort of the centre out, and then some body colour overspray comes in obviously when the shells are painted. So we try and replicate that. So we sort of colour match the grey primers or the green primers, depending on the cars. We colour match everything underneath, just to try and replicate it, make it look sort of fairly authentic. And
how long would something like this take? Now, I know that's a bit like how long's a piece of string because it depends on the condition of the car in the first place.
Yes, a long time is the answer.
Yeah.
Probably 3 months to 6 months for underside to do it properly, yeah. And then obviously, you know, if it's a full bare shell restoration, a lot longer.
Yeah.
But yeah, that gives you a bit of an idea. Some customers will say, just paint the whole thing blue, so, you know, other customers, on the 22Bs, and on these as well, in fact, we've marked down, we've documented all the factory markings and stamps, and then had the stamps reproduced, like we've measured the stamps, and we've matched the fonts, we've had the stamps remade, and then we can put them stamp markings on the parts as they were from factory. So some customers, they want that level of detail.
Yeah.
Other customers, you know, they just want it to be well protected, well preserved, look smart, and be able to use it.
Yeah. Well, today's been an eye-opener for me because I knew you sold lots of wicked cars, but I didn't know that you did all the prep work on them as well. But I guess it's because you don't want anything going out of your workshop with your name on that's not right.
Oh, that is exactly it, yeah. And it does get tricky sometimes, you know, if someone says, oh, can you do a bit of a refurb on this, but don't worry about that. And it's like, well, no, we can't really, because you're not going to tell everyone you told us to leave that. So we are only interested in doing jobs properly. And we also have a long wait list. At the minute, for like big jobs, we're probably about a 3-year wait list.
Wow.
But if you ring someone and say, can you restore my R34? And they say, yeah, bring it next weekend, don't give them your car.
No, that's it. Well, thank you so much for your time today, Richard.
No problem.
If you like any of these cars and you fancy buying one, give them an email or a phone call. I'm going to go and start saving up now. But remember, if you enjoyed this video, to like, subscribe and share. And don't forget to hit that notification bell. Thank you.
Thank you very much, mate.
Cheers.